Good morning, everyone. So what we have here is a Stihl hedge trimmer, one of those ones on a pole. Don't know what's wrong with it. It was dropped off. All I know is it doesn't work. So what does that mean? Who knows? I always cringe a little bit anytime I work on Stihls. They make good stuff. Don't misunderstand what I'm about to say, but they are difficult to get parts for sometimes because you have to be a Stihl dealer. There are some exceptions, not just a cast in stone rule, but yeah, I prefer not to work on Stihls, but don't have a choice in this case. Let's see what we got. So I guess let's start by taking the air cleaner off. Just see what we see. Make sure there is an air cleaner. There is. All right, let's give her a go. Not sounding so hot. It's actually got almost no compression. So this one might be a goner. Let's take the plug out. And now it's locked up. Okay. So yeah, something's going on here for sure. See if I can get you guys a look-see. Okay, so there's the top of the piston right there. You're looking down the plug hole. So it does move. Sorry about that. But that's about it. Top dead center. Doesn't want to move. I wonder if this isn't one of those 4-stroke units, is it? So we don't have a snapped rod, which doesn't really happen all that much on 2-strokes. Let's pop this cover off here and see if see what might be going on under there. Got you up on the bench. T27 Torx. Yeah, there's some other fasteners over here. So there's one back here, 2 back here. Hey, if we can't fix it, it'd be nice to just pull it apart and just see what happened, right? I don't think I've seen too many Stihls that just blow up. I mean, every manufacturer experiences failures. Let me glove up, this thing's looking pretty nasty. Any predictions? So if we can't get past top dead center, I mean, did we ingest something? I don't think so, because the air cleaner was in place. Oh, this is a 4-stroke or 4-mix. So we probably have something going on with the valve train here. The plot thickens. So in case that made absolutely no sense, Stihl, in their quest to adhere to EPA regulations, invented this like hybrid 4-stroke, 2-stroke mix. So this is a proper valve cover under here. So let's see what's going on with Mr. and Mrs. Valve. Yep, there's your problem. Drop the valve. So you can see right here, this intake valve, let me zoom you guys in. So you see here, the retainer looks like it's busted. Yeah, the retainer is busted for sure. And is our valve even there? Let's get this, get that rocker arm off. So it's turning out to be far more interesting than I had thought. Use a little 8mm, and I think I'm pulling the stud out. It's all right. Oh no, it's just a nylock. Cool. That comes out. Yeah, our valve is gone. Oh, there's part of it right there. Oh, no, it's sticking through the cylinder head. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess there's no more question about what failed. Let me get you in there. That's pretty cool. So, this is where our intake valve was sitting right here. This is the push rod. That's actually right there is the intake valve. So it got hammered through the engine block, and it doesn't look like the cylinder head. Yeah, it looks like the cylinder head and the engine are one and the same. So this engine is toast. That's pretty cool though. The valve dropped in, or I guess the retainer broke here. Valve dropped down inside the cylinder, piston came up, top dead center, and shot it through the cylinder head / engine block like a bullet. Cool. All right, so I spoke to the owner of this unit, and he gave me permission to call it a lost cause. So, is it possible it could be fixed? Yeah, but you're buying so much in parts. This unit already looks like it's been beat up a bit, so you're going to spend probably at least a couple $100 on a motor only to have something else fail. Doesn't really make sense. So we'll just continue taking this apart for fun. This is not going to be something we try and save, though. So let's take the exhaust valve off. It would be cool if the cylinder head did come off. So that's what the retainer should look like. You see how the valve is captured in there? But what looks like it happened, it looks like it just fractured. You look at the two side by side. Too bad, huh? Little tiny baby push rod, look at that. So cute. So I wonder how this thing was able to turn over. I mean, we knew why it didn't have any compression, but like, what happened? I mean, me pulling this didn't send the intake valve through the block like that. There's no way. I wasn't pulling that hard. Let's take the carb off next. Probably doesn't hurt to save some of these parts. Didn't need that bolt. Nut. Will certainly save the carb. Nothing wrong with that. Most likely. You never know. I guess probably venture a guess and say that there's almost always something wrong with the carburetor that comes in here. Yeah, the throttle linkage is all wonky too. That would have needed work. Fuel lines are rock hard. So you just gotta know when to call it a day, you know. Let's take our starter off. There's one more bolt at the bottom. Now, if we were trying to save this machine, I wouldn't be as cavalier about taking everything apart. But I know it's going in the trash, so or large portions of it are. Curious though, do you have one of these units? If so, you ever seen a failure like this? I mean, I know these I think Stihl calls this the 4-mix engine, where you actually mix 2-stroke oil in the gas like you would a 2-stroke, but it obviously behaves like a 4-stroke. So just curious, anybody else seen this failure or a failure like this? Feel free to leave it in the comments. I think our fuel tank is on this side. Yeah, we've got a fuel tank bolt on this side. That's just a grommet. Fuel tank's off. It's even got a full tank of gas too, what a shame. Alright, what's left? Shouldn't be too much holding the engine to the body at this point. Called that one. Get our throttle cable out of there. Pull our kill switch off the coil. Now we'll set the hedge trimmer section down. I don't know, it might come in handy one day, I don't know. Let there be light. Let's get our coil off. Oh, looks like I lost the battery in the light. Let's swap that out real quick. Sorry about that. Coil. Let's see, what can we take off next? I guess this cover here, I don't know what it's for. There's just a guard. I think it's filthy. See if the muffler will cooperate. Amazing. Should be 2 more bolts here. They look less likely to cooperate, but we'll try. Yeah. That might not be happening. Let's see, what's next? Let's take this bolt out here. Is that going to prevent the flywheel from... With the flywheel, the starter cup. Let me take the starter cup off. Might be a 14. Yep. So now here's our timing cover. In theory, this is where our timing components are. These bolts are on there good. It looks like that was leaking though, because I see oil residue everywhere, especially along the bottom. I mean, there could be crank seals too. If it's crank seals, just add that to the list of things that are wrong with this thing. So I think you can probably realize now why I would say it's not repairable. I mean, what's a short block for this thing cost anyway? Or I guess it's got to be a long block. Anybody know? Feel free to list it in the comments. I'm not going to look it up. Okay, so this little gasket here. These are our, what do you call them, the lifters. So we can yank those out. We can yank the cam out. So not much to them. Here's a plastic cam. Really? Come on. Who does that? This is a commercial piece of equipment. Come on. Plastic cam? Oh, you can see it got totally hammered right there. Yep. So add a camshaft to the list. Or if you could even call that a camshaft. Alright, what's left? I guess we can take the rest of it off through the bottom. So there's four bolts that hold the bottom of the crankcase together. So take those off. And that should allow our whole rotating assembly to come out. Alright, there should be a parting line somewhere. Let's get a hammer to tap on it. There it goes. So there's our cam gear right there. Seal, bearing, crankshaft, connecting rod, bearing, seal. So this should all just lift right out. There we go. There's a piece of the valve right there. Not much to it, huh? Maybe that'll get hung on the wall. But looking inside, You can see what's left of our valve right there. Looks like it didn't fragment, which is good, but it did still go through the block. Let's see if we can get this thing out. It'd be kind of cool, right? Maybe I can smack it with a punch. This might be an exercise in futility, but we'll give it a shot. Let's get the exhaust valve out first, out of the way. Just the spring. Yep, got it. But it's pretty badly bent. Is it even going to come out? Let's whack it again. There we go. There is our offending part. Nice. Tiny little valve, huh? Here's our exhaust valve. Nice and straight. Shame that probably a 20-cent part could wreck a motor this big. And this expensive. I'm just curious now. I wonder what the cylinder board's made of. Using a magnet on the inside to detect any ferrous alloys. I'm getting nothing. Oh wait, no. Very, very minor. There's a very, very minor magnetic field, or very mildly magnetic. But I think that's it, folks. There's not much left to see here. This stuff is all junk. So. Alright, I think that's a wrap. Unless, are there any other parts here that are worth going over? Yes, you can see where the piston got a little hammered right here. Not too badly damaged, though, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, this piston might actually be serviceable. No, never mind. The leading edge of the piston is a little boogered up. You probably can't see it too well. What a shame. Alright, anyway. This didn't end up being a repair video. This is an autopsy. But hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, please subscribe. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, everybody.